The first time she forgot someone, she didn't even notice. It was a Tuesday morning. Sunlight spilled across her kitchen table. Her coffee was still warm, and everything felt normal. Until her phone rang. She answered, cheerful. "Hello?" Silence. Then a confused voice. "Maya?" She frowned. "Yes? Who's this?" A pause. "You don't recognize my voice?" She searched her memory. Nothing. Just blank space where familiarity should have been. "I'm sorry," she said softly. "Should I?" The caller hung up. She didn't think much of it. People forget voices all the time, right? But later that day, she passed a man on the street who smiled at her warmly, like they shared history, like he knew her laugh. She smiled politely back, kept walking, and somehow her chest felt heavy. The second time it happened, she noticed her photo album. She was flipping through old pictures when she realized something strange. There were faces she couldn't name, people standing close to her, arms around her shoulders, laughing beside her, someone kissing her cheek. Strangers. But they didn't look like strangers. They looked like they belonged there. She told her doctor. He asked questions, ran tests, shined lights into her eyes. Finally, he leaned back in his chair. "Your memory is fine," he said carefully, "but something unusual is happening." She waited. "You're not forgetting everything," he continued. "You're forgetting someone." Her throat tightened. "Someone?" "Yes, one person at a time." The third day, she tested it. She wrote down everyone she knew, family, friends, co-workers, neighbors. She folded the list, put it in her pocket, and went to sleep. The next morning, she unfolded it, read the names. One of them meant nothing. Daniel. She stared at it. She didn't know any Daniel. She was sure of it. Yet next to the name was a tiny heart she didn't remember drawing. After that, she began writing notes to herself every night. Remember these people. She added photos, descriptions, memories. Inside a small notebook she carried everywhere, her lifeline. Days passed. Each morning a new name became unfamiliar. A coworker, an aunt, her childhood friend. One by one, they vanished from her mind like footprints erased by waves. The world didn't change, only her memories did. Then one morning, she opened her notebook and felt her heart stop. The first page had changed. In bold letters, written across the top, "Today you forget him." Her hands trembled. She turned the page. There was a photograph taped inside, of her standing beside a man, his arm wrapped gently around her shoulders. They were smiling the kind of smile people only share when they've known each other forever. Below the photo, in her own handwriting, "This is Leo. He's the love of your life." She didn't recognize him. Not his face, not his name, not the way his eyes crinkled when he smiled. Nothing. Just a stranger in a photograph. Tears blurred her vision, because even though she didn't remember him, her chest hurt like she was losing him all over again. There was a note under the picture, one last message from yesterday's version of herself. It read, "Please, pretend you still love him." The doorbell rang. She wiped her eyes quickly, opened the door. A man stood there, hopeful, nervous, familiar to a version of her that no longer existed. He smiled gently. "Hi," he said. "It's me." She forced a smile back,
and whispered the only truth she had left.